James Carter stood in his kitchen, the scent of fresh coffee filling the air as sunlight streamed through the window. His modest home, nestled in a quiet suburban neighborhood, was more than just a house, it was a legacy. Every corner held memories of his late parents' laughter, family dinners, and the love they poured into this place before passing it down to him. In the backyard, his son, Tommy, kicked a soccer ball, his giggles echoing. Life felt simple, serene, until a single letter shattered that peace. That morning, James sifted through the mail and froze at a crisp envelope stamped with Homeowners Association Notice. He wasn't part of the HOA, so why were they contacting him? Sitting at the kitchen table, he tore it open. The words hit like a punch. His backyard fence violated their aesthetic standards and encroached on community land. They demanded its removal within 14 days or threatened legal action. James's stomach twisted. He knew his property lines. His fence was well within his land. Aesthetic standards? He muttered, raking a hand through his hair. Tommy's voice broke his thoughts. "What's wrong, Dad?" James forced a smile. "Just adult stuff, kiddo. Don't worry." Determined to fight, James called the HOA. After an eternity on hold, a curt voice dismissed him. "Your fence is non-compliant." "It's on HOA land," they said, robotic and unyielding. James protested, citing his deed, but they brushed him off. "Take it up with legal." Fury surged. This wasn't just about a fence, it was about his home, his parents' legacy. That night, he pored over his property deed, its clear lines confirming the fence was his. He mailed copies to the HOA with a defiant letter, expecting them to back down. They didn't. Days later, James stepped outside to a nightmare. Orange tape roped off his yard, and a laminated notice on his fence announced its demolition. His blood boiled as he ripped it down. Tommy watched from the porch, his eyes wide. "Are they taking our house, Dad?" he whispered. James knelt, his voice firm. "No one's taking anything. This is our home." But as he hugged his son, dread settled in. This was no simple misunderstanding, it was a battle. At the HOA meeting, James sat in a dimly lit room, his deed in hand, facing Linda Harper, the HOA president. Her voice was sharp, her smile practiced but cold. "Mr. Carter's fence violates our guidelines and encroaches on common areas," she declared. James stood, holding up his deed. "This proves my fence is on my land. My family's been here for decades." Linda's smile tightened. "After your parents passed, we voted to include your property in our boundaries. It's legal." The room buzzed with murmurs. James's voice rose. "You can't just claim my land. That's theft." Linda waved him off. "Take it to court. Until then, you owe $5,000 in fines." James's jaw clenched. $5,000 for a fence? This was harassment. Humiliated, James drove home, his mind racing. Tommy looked up from the kitchen table. "Did you win, Dad?" James forced a grin. "We're not done yet." The next day, he met Sarah Thompson, a lawyer known for battling powerful foes. Her office smelled of coffee and old books. As James explained, her eyes narrowed. "They changed their charter after your parents died? That's outrageous. It might not hold up." Sarah's investigation revealed the HOA's dirty tricks. They'd altered bylaws to claim James's land without proper notice, banking on his ignorance. But Linda wasn't done. Rumors spread that James had stolen community land. Neighbors who once waved now glared. One evening, James pulled into his driveway and froze. A bulldozer loomed near his fence, workers gesturing as if planning its destruction. Linda stood nearby, smirking. "This is for the community, Mr. Carter." James stormed over, his voice steady despite his rage. "You have no right to touch my property. I'll expose you." Linda's smile didn't falter. "Try it." The workers hesitated, but James knew time was running out. That night, James installed cameras around his yard. For days they recorded nothing but wind and Tommy's bike. Then, on the fifth night, chilling footage emerged. Two men in dark uniforms dumped debris near his fence, one kicking the posts to weaken them. James's fists clenched. This was sabotage. He saved the footage, his resolve hardening. The next morning, he ran into Mrs. Wilson, an elderly neighbor tending her roses. Sensing his distress, she sighed. "Linda's been targeting people for years." "You're not alone." She handed him a folder of HOA minutes and emails, revealing unapproved rule changes and targeted harassment. "You've documented everything?" James asked, stunned. Mrs. Wilson nodded. "Someone had to." James rallied neighbors who'd faced similar HOA abuses. In garages and kitchens, they shared stories of unjust fines and intimidation. A group formed, ready to fight. One evening, James addressed them. "This isn't just my fence. It's about stopping those who think they're above the law." Applause erupted. For the first time, James felt hope. The courtroom hummed with tension. Neighbors, reporters, and onlookers packed the seats. James sat beside Sarah, nerves and determination battling within him. Linda sat across, her smugness fading slightly. Sarah's opening was razor-sharp. "This is about abuse of power." The HOA falsified documents, misappropriated funds, and targeted Mr. Carter. She presented the deed, the suspicious charter changes, and the damning footage of HOA contractors sabotaging the fence. Gasps filled the room. Linda's lawyer objected, but the judge allowed it. Sarah then revealed financial records showing Linda diverted HOA funds for personal vendettas. Mrs. Wilson testified, her calm voice detailing Linda's pattern of abuse. Linda's defense crumbled. Her claims of acting for the community sounded hollow, her answers evasive. The judge's verdict was firm. The HOA's claims are void. Fines are dismissed. They'll pay Mr. Carter's legal fees and damages. Linda Harper is removed as president and faces personal fines. The room buzzed. Linda's face paled. Outside, neighbors cheered. Mrs. Wilson hugged James. "You did it." He smiled. "We did." The sun rose over the neighborhood, casting a warm glow. James stood on his porch, coffee in hand, watching Tommy play. The fence stood tall, a symbol of their victory. The HOA, under new leadership, embraced fairness. Neighbors spoke up, inspired by James's fight. He became an advocate for homeowner rights, his story sparking a movement. One evening, Tommy sat beside him on the porch. "Did we win, Dad?" James ruffled his hair. "We showed them no one can take what's ours." Peace settled over them, their homes safe, their community stronger. "What do you think? Was James's fight worth the cost, or should he have compromised?" Share your thoughts in the comments, and let us know your take on standing up to authority. Your opinion could spark the next big debate, so don't hold back. Hit that like button and subscribe for more stories of resilience and justice.